Hello and welcome to our review of the last year here at Othona West Dorset. You're going to hear from a whole number of people, and that'll be interspersed with some pictures of the wildlife here. For me, as warden, I'm Tony, hello. The last year has been characterised, one of the things that stood out in my memory is some of our connections with other Christian communities. We've had people here from the L'Arche community, as one of my colleagues I think is going to mention later. We had a wonderful weekend with John Bell from the Othona Community. Of course, we have our contacts anyway with particularly Hillfield Friary and the Pilsden community here in Dorset. And I got my first chance to visit the Corrymeela community in Northern Ireland, and one of them is going to come here next year to lead a retreat for us. And I think we each do Christian community in slightly different ways. We each have unique charisms, unique gifts. Here at Othona West Dorset, perhaps we especially are good at including and welcoming and involving people who are right on the edges of or beyond the Christian churches, certainly. But it's great to be part of that network of other communities as well, and sometimes have time to get in touch with them in spite of all being very busy on the ground in various places. Action and contemplation, work, worship, study and play, as Norman Motley, our founder, used to say. And for some people, of course, their contemplation particularly is outdoors, and that's where we're going first in this video report. So, this is Maurits, our groundsman. Looks like you're making hay.
I am kind of making hay. I'm cutting the grass here, it's called green hay, and I'm going to transport the green hay to a bare area over here so that the seeds can drop, and the wildflower meadow, we can recreate it over here. We can extend the size of it.
And that's been a major project this year, hasn't it?
Yeah, this winter we received money from the AONB, the Area of Outstanding Natural Beauty, to reduce the scrub, to push the scrub back here. The scrub being bramble, blackthorn and hawthorn, to push it back and to extend the grassland area, because the grassland here is very species rich. We have lots of orchids, we have pyramidal orchids, bee orchids, greater butterfly orchids, and we're hoping that we can extend the area here.
Also, you're our wildlife photographer par excellence. Been using some of your photos on this video.
Yeah, I love, my eye's always out, I'm always catching what's out there. Just now I was doing some brush cutting just over there, and this spider caught my eye, and there was a wasp spider, which I haven't seen here before.
They're still fairly rare.
I love taking photos, they're all on my phone.
And often on our Facebook group.
Yeah.
Maurits, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Well, here's Liz, who's into her 5th year now on the corps here. Liz, what struck you particularly out of the last year?
Well, I think a couple of things in particular. One is perhaps the range of different kinds of people who've come with different needs. For example, we've welcomed at least a couple of people from the L'Arche community in London this year into our community. Oh, 3 people actually. So people with some sort of learning disability have come with their assistants.
And often with physical disabilities too.
Yes, yeah. It's not just L'Arche, but all kinds of people seem to find this a place where they can come and flourish.
You said 2 things. What else?
Well, the other thing is that, this year we've really focused on encouraging people who love this place and may want to give something back to become what we call supervols. So people who come and they help us be there for when a group is in, and that has been such a positive step.
So Sue, what's it like being a Super Bowl here at Othona?
Oh, I've just finished a week here and I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a wonderful experience. It can be quite hard work. There's quite a lot of physical washing up when people are cooking, but mainly it just feels as if it's a real privilege.
But do you get involved in other ways, not just cleaning things and...
Absolutely, yes. I mean, it's lovely to have an opportunity to talk to the guests, welcome the guests. Often they want to share a bit of their stories with me, and generally just be around and help people and be feeling part of the team is a great part as well of being here at Othona. Very much included if you're a Super Bowl with the core. Feel that everybody's working together to make it a really enjoyable, fulfilling experience for all the guests, and you never quite know what's going to happen. And then there's also the moments when you're not involved with actually doing formal volunteering, when you can take a book and sit on the deck of the art studio and just enjoy the wonder of the place. Here it's the sea, it's being by the sea, and it's sharing with this amazing place and hoping in a very tiny way to make this place happen and contribute to its future, because I just think it's an amazing place and it offers something really unique.
Well, here's Tom and Ellie, who've been caterers with us for this year and just on the point of leaving. How's it been job sharing and with a 2-year-old?
It's been a terrific experience, hasn't it? And it's been a brilliant place for Teddy to spend these formative
it's been very good for him.
times. And I think the job shares worked really well. We weren't sure when we arrived quite what that would entail, but it's...
Got better multitasking and tag teaming, just you're it, in out.
It's been pretty impressive watching that a lot of the time. And Tom, you've also been involved particularly in helping work towards new websites for the community.
Yeah, I've been glad to help with that and get the project kicked off and rolling, and new WordPress websites on the way before too long, hopefully.
Now, both of you, from this last year, a personal highlight.
Do you want to go first?
I think for me it would have to be our...
Oh, there's Teddy.
Here you are. We're talking to the phone. The Othona Meeples event, which I ran, the board games event, was great fun, and I think everybody thoroughly enjoyed it, including myself, and I look forward to running events like that in future, hopefully.
Yeah, lovely. Really great for board gaming enthusiasts.
I think Teddy's been enjoying blackberries as his personal highlight and all the produce from the garden. We've been enjoying picking cucumber plants, haven't we? We can take no credit for the cucumber plants, but we've enjoyed them. There's been lots and lots.
We've been producing dozens and dozens of cucumbers.
Yeah, and you've been nurturing them. And finding.
Okay. Well, it's been lovely having you here, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
We'll be back.
Bye for now.
Bye.
One of the things we're doing at the moment is just getting pretty well all the external joinery of the house repainted. And here's Simon, our expert painter, who's staying here at Othona a lot of the time for a few nights at a time. And over how long, Simon, to do the house?
It'll be about 5 weeks all in all.
What's most interesting about painting an old house like this?
It's looking at the older joinery compared to the newer joinery, where you see all the old craftsmanship in the oak woodwork and the more modern 1970s windows that just aren't quite the same.
Because you're a bit of a history buff, aren't you?
I do like my history, yes, and I do like my conservation. So, yeah, it's nice to work in a place like this. It's got a lot of history.
We're looking back over the last calendar year. Catherine, you were with us at the beginning of that, and then you've been with us again since June this summer. So apart from the day-to-day stuff, what keeps your interest and holds you here at Othona?
Well, there are many things. It's a lovely place, but I think one of the things that has been a really interesting and useful conversation and thinking point, particularly since I've been back, is around the purpose of Othona, particularly Othona West Dorset. And for me, actually, whenever I think about an organisation or want to be involved in one, the purpose is number one. And sometimes I think I've felt it's lovely here, but is it gritty enough? But some of the conversations we've been having, yes, most of the people that come here aren't the most vulnerable, but there are people who come here for whom it really is quite life-changing. There are people who come here with significant needs. And the question is, how do we capture that and how do we build on that in a way that means that we can offer that to more people? Potentially we have an ability to draw in funding so we could perhaps build on that. And how do we really recognise and verbalise and appreciate the fact that there are people who come here who perhaps would struggle to find somewhere else where they can be themselves, where they can feel accepted, where they can feel included, and where they can grow and be healed, and all those things that Othona does during the course of offering retreats or courses or just holidays even sometimes.
So this is Megan, who was with us until the spring as our housekeeper. Megan, what was the achievement you were proudest of while you were here?
I would say just getting some of the upcycling furniture for the bedrooms, sourcing new things, just seeing things that really needed to be probably replaced and making sure it got done.
You're a bit of an expert on Facebook Marketplace.
I am a little, yeah. So I sourced a lot of things far and wide, and even took my partner Peter. He came to Exeter for a 6-hour day of picking up bits and pieces and back again, or off to Weymouth picking up bits and pieces. So we did a couple of runs of picking up things, and then Elizabeth Turner helped me sort of spruce them up.
One of our committee members. A lot of our committee members help in all sorts of ways.
Yes.
Megan, why are you back here today? I mean, it's nice to see you.
I am still on the Four Seasons steering committee or whatever.
That's the Four Seasons studio.
Studio. Yeah, so help with the studio with a bunch of others, and I have just got a little part-time job as being able to clean twice a month to help out. So that keeps the Four Seasons studio looking fantastic.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm just creeping up here
What?
on Peter. Oh, Peter, hello.
Hello.
I won't come any closer.
Good move.
Peter's a local beekeeper based in the village of Abbotsbury, who's now also looking after hives here at Othona for us. Wow. Peter, what are you doing?
I'm smoking these bees down so I can put a feeder on. So as during the winter, autumn, winter, they've got enough food to keep them going. Hello.
So Peter, how many bees are there in each of these hives?
In each, that big one's about 30 to 40,000.
My.
This one is probably 25 to 30,000. So,
And could we say they're living as communities?
oh, they're definitely living as communities. They're quite interesting in the sense they're quite singular, but equally they have their own ecosystem, which is the hive, which is a colony. So yes, that's definitely a community.
And this is something that Peter found in one of the beehives with a matchstick for size reference. A little bit of a mystery how it got in there. It's a death's head hawkmoth, dead and its wings discoloured where the bees have sprayed it with propolis. But you can see the skull-like markings near its head. All our other images were by Maurits Fontein.